This holiday season, as families gather to share stories and exchange gifts, it's the perfect time to focus on protecting treasured heirlooms. To help protect your valued items and avoid awkward discussions during the holidays, Wolf CEO Simon Wolf joins us to share some tips on how to care for your items and some gift ideas of where to store them. Simon, thank you so very much for joining us today. So your company has such a long history in heirloom preservation. What inspired Wolf to focus on this?
Well, it's 190 years old this year. I'm the fifth generation, and it started with my great-great-grandfather in Hanau, Germany. He was a silversmith, and he started making little boxes for the pieces of jewelry that he was making, and discovered very quickly that the other makers of silver and gold in that area loved these little boxes. And so that's how the whole company actually began all those years ago, 190 years. And it was therefore quite sort of seamless to always look after jewelry, always take care of jewelry, place it in somewhere where it was safe, and be able to travel with it perhaps. So Wolf does that sort of almost effortlessly, or so we like to make it look like it's effortless. We take a lot of care and attention to make sure that we produce these wonderful cases.
I like it. Okay, so have you heard any interesting or surprising stories about where people keep their heirlooms?
That's a good question. Yeah, well, the sock drawer, people put things in a sock drawer, and we're experts at looking after watches and jewelry, amongst other things. A biscuit tin, and over here, we call them biscuits, you call them cookies, but it's the same thing. Biscuit tins. I've even heard of somebody unpicking the backing of a curtain, which you call a drape, and hiding jewelry in that lining. But the nicest one is in Inglenook fireplaces here in the UK. Those are fireplaces you can kind of walk into almost. There are loose bricks, and back in the day, people would pull these loose bricks out and hide things behind them. And what better place to store your valuables than in a warm fireplace environment where everybody would gather in those cold winter nights. And my house is actually 400 years old, and we have a fireplace just like that, and a few bricks that are very loose. And we've looked behind them but haven't found anything. So yeah, it's extraordinary where people do put things. But really, in the end of the day, a Wolf is the best place to put a piece of jewelry, whether you're traveling or whether you're at home, because we have the best solutions for both.
Those are fantastic. Hiding them in the drapes behind loose bricks. I can't even believe it. The fact that you live in a house that's 400 years old, which is substantially older than my country's existence, is just amazing in its own right, man. Okay, so what are some of the innovations Wolf has developed to help protect or help people protect their heirlooms?
Well, over the years, there's been so many, 5 generations of us wolves, coming up with new and innovative ideas. In my lifetime, what I've been working on is solutions for jewelry and watch storage that sort of raise the bar. And watches that are automatics that don't have a battery are either wound by hand or have a little spinning rotor inside that keeps them wound. And we have designed the most amazing watch winder. And we have a whole collection of them that keep your watch wound when it's not on your wrist. And we count turns per day, for instance. And then on the jewelry side of care, we have this amazing solution that we developed called Luster Lock, and we treat it into our fabrics. And what it does is it acts like a sponge. So if you have any metal, any kind of jewelry that may tarnish, and most metals tarnish, you put it inside a Wolf, close the lid, the air is neutralized, and your jewelry will not tarnish. And that's an innovation that we developed quite a few years ago, which is just fantastic. So we really take care of your jewelry whilst you're at home. And of course, we have travel versions of everything. So a watch roll or a portfolio or a travel jewelry case that zips closed. And it really protects those heirlooms and those beautiful, wonderful little pieces that you want to take on a journey with you perfectly.
Right on. Simon, you made mention of the website, but let me get it one more time before I let you go.
It's Wolf 1834. So Wolf 1834, which is when we as a company started.
That is fantastic. Wolf 1834, congratulations on such longevity with your company. I really do appreciate your time as well. And guys, if you want to catch this segment again or others like it, head over to First Coast News Plus.